Control and program your subconscious mind. Become unstoppable. 700-word audiobook script. Audiobooks Breakthrough, we're a small startup channel. We don't have many subscribers. Please like and subscribe to the channel. That would mean the world to us. Intro: your real enemy is invisible. Your biggest enemy is not outside you. It's not your boss, your ex, your parents, the economy, or your past. Your real enemy lives under the surface, quiet, hidden, constantly running, your subconscious mind. It's been collecting data since you were a child, everything you were told, everything you saw, every time you failed, every time you were embarrassed, every time you were ignored, rejected, criticized, or laughed at. You think you remember a few moments. Your subconscious remembers everything. And here's the part that hurts. Right now, your subconscious mind is running your life on old code. Code written by other people. Code written by your worst days. Code written by fear, shame, doubt, and limitation. You are not failing because you're weak. You are failing because your subconscious script is telling your nervous system, this is who we are, this is what we deserve, this is how far we're allowed to go. If that script doesn't change, your life doesn't change. Period. This audiobook is about rewriting the script. You are going to learn how to take control of your subconscious, how to program it intentionally, and how to turn yourself into someone who becomes unstoppable. Not because of hype, but because your inner operating system makes success automatic. No more running on broken code. No more old traumas driving new decisions. No more self-sabotage at the finish line. We are going into the basement of your mind with a sledgehammer, a blueprint, and a new set of commands. You ready? Good. Chapter 1. Understanding the Machine. Your subconscious is not mystical, it's mechanical. Think of it as a supercomputer that never sleeps. It controls your habits, it filters your reality, it protects your identity, it automates your responses. It decides what feels normal for you. It runs on programs, patterns of thought, emotion, and behavior repeated so often they become automatic. You don't decide to get nervous in certain situations. You don't decide to procrastinate. You don't decide to downplay your worth. Those are programs. Your conscious mind sets goals. Your subconscious mind decides what you will tolerate. That's why you say you want wealth. But every time you start gaining momentum, something comes up. That's why you say you want love, but you keep chasing emotionally unavailable people. That's why you say you want discipline, but your daily actions look like chaos. Your conscious requests one thing, your subconscious delivers something else. Until the subconscious program changes, your life will always snap back to your internal default. Your job from this moment forward is not to try harder. Your job is to change the default. Chapter 2. The 3 Laws of the Subconscious. You can't control what you don't understand. So here are the 3 laws your subconscious lives by. Law 1. It protects identity, not potential. Your subconscious doesn't care about your dreams. It cares about keeping you consistent with who you believe you are. If you see yourself as average, it will protect average. If you see yourself as broken, it will protect broken. If you see yourself as a failure, it will protect failure. Any action that threatens your identity triggers resistance. That's why when you try something new, your mind attacks you. Who do you think you are? You failed before, remember? People like you don't do stuff like this. That's not random negativity. That's identity defense. Law 2. It obeys repetition, not logic. Your subconscious does not respond to what is true. It responds to what is repeated. If you hear, "You're not good enough," 500 times growing up, your subconscious accepts that as reality, even if it's a lie. Repetition beats truth. Emotion beats logic. Habit beats intention. You can intellectually know you're capable, but if your subconscious has repeated evidence that you quit, back down, and hide, It will treat that as the rule. Law 3. It speaks in images and emotion. Your subconscious doesn't speak English. It speaks in pictures and feelings. Every time you imagine something vividly, your subconscious records it as if it's happening. That's why rehearsing failure in your mind creates real fear. That's why replaying pain keeps you stuck in old wounds. That's why visualizing success, when done correctly, can rewire your internal settings. Images and emotions are the programming language of the subconscious. If you want to rewrite your life, you must learn to speak that language. Chapter 3. Explaining your self-sabotage. You think you're lazy. You think you're unmotivated. You think you're undisciplined. But here's the truth. Most self-sabotage is self-protection. Your subconscious is not trying to ruin your life. It's trying to protect your identity and keep you out of perceived danger. Success feels dangerous if you grew up around people who resented it. Love feels dangerous if love always came with pain. Visibility feels dangerous if you were mocked for standing out. Money feels dangerous if it always led to conflict, guilt, or loss. So when you get close to your goals, your subconscious hits the brakes. You forget to follow up. You suddenly feel tired. You pick a fight. You distract yourself. You choose the comfortable option. On the surface, it looks like laziness. Underneath, it's a protection mechanism. If we go further than this, we might get hurt again. This is why you have to retrain your subconscious to see success as safe. You must teach it that discipline is safe, wealth is safe, love is safe, power is safe, visibility is safe, and more than safe, it's your new normal. Chapter 4. The Subconscious Blueprint. Identity first. You cannot program your subconscious at random. You need a blueprint. That blueprint begins with one question: who am I becoming? Not what do I want? Not what do I wish would happen? Not what will I try this year? Who am I becoming? Your subconscious needs identity-level instructions. I am the type of person who is more powerful than I want to. I want to be disciplined is weak. I am the kind of person who does what needs to be done, whether I feel like it or not, is a script. I want to be wealthy is vague. I am the type of person who manages money with intelligence, creates value, and attracts opportunities is a script. I want to be confident is hope. I am the type of person who walks into rooms owning my presence is a script. Your subconscious runs identity sentences. Change those, and everything else follows. So, step 1. Write down who you are becoming in clear, aggressive, identity-level language, not soft affirmations, commands. Chapter 5. Breaking the Old Code. Before you install new programs, you must expose and interrupt the old ones. This isn't about reliving your trauma. This is about identifying the script. Answer these. What do I secretly believe about myself? What do I secretly believe about money, success, love, people? What patterns keep repeating in my life? When I get close to winning, what do I usually do to ruin it? Don't sugarcoat it. You're not judging yourself. You're diagnosing the code. Examples. Deep down, I believe I will always be abandoned. I believe money always disappears. I believe people will reject the real me. I believe good things don't last. I believe I'm not meant for big success. Write them on paper. Look at them like broken lines of code in a program, because that's what they are, bugs in your operating system, and bugs can be fixed. Chapter 6. Installing new commands. Now we replace. Your subconscious obeys repetition plus emotion plus imagery. So, we will build commands that use all three. Follow this framework. Identity command. I am the type of person who... Emotional charge. You must feel it, not just say it. Visual anchor. You imagine yourself living it. Example. I am the type of person who moves toward challenges, not away from them. You say it out loud, with authority. You see yourself walking straight into situations you used to avoid. You feel the surge of power in your chest, shoulders back, chin up. Another example. I am the type of person who finishes what I start. You imagine the last time you quit, but this time you see yourself pushing through, tired but relentless, crossing the finish line. You're not reciting poetry, you're commanding the machine. Create 5 to 10 of these identity commands. Say them every morning and every night. Say them before you step into difficult situations. Say them until your nervous system begins to respond differently. At first, they'll feel fake. That's good. You are overwriting old code. The old script must glitch before the new script takes over. Part 2. Chapter 7. Using visualization like a weapon. Most people visualize the wrong way. They close their eyes and daydream. They imagine perfect outcomes with zero struggle. They escape into fantasy. That does almost nothing. Real visualization doesn't remove the struggle. It prepares you to dominate it. Here's how to program your subconscious with visualization. Step 1. See the process, not just the prize. Don't only see yourself on stage, wealthy, admired, loved, celebrated. See yourself waking up early when you don't want to, having uncomfortable conversations, saying no to distractions, doing deep work, training, practicing, failing, adjusting, repeating boring discipline. Your subconscious must associate success with action, not magic. Step 2. Inject emotion on purpose. When you visualize, intensify the feeling, the burn of discipline, the pride of follow-through, the power in your posture, the quiet confidence in your voice. Emotion tells your subconscious, this matters, store this. Step 3. Repetition until boredom. You do this every day, your mind will get bored. Good. That boredom is the signal that the image is becoming normal. When your subconscious accepts a new picture as normal, it begins steering your behavior to match. You are not wasting time. You are installing a new default reality. Chapter 8. Environment, programming by surroundings. You can't rewrite your subconscious in a toxic environment. Period. Your environment is constant input. The people around you, the room you live in, the conversations you hear, the energy you feel, the chaos or order you see. Your subconscious absorbs it all and says, this is our life. This is what we deserve. This is who we are. If your environment screams low standards, your subconscious fights any attempt to upgrade your life. So you must become ruthless. Upgrade rule number 1. Remove pollution. Pollution is people who mock your goals, friends who only want comfort, gossip, and distraction, spaces that are cluttered, dirty, disorganized, constant exposure to negativity, drama, outrage, and stupidity. You don't need to announce anything. You quietly start withdrawing access. You don't owe your future to people who are committed to your past. Upgrade. Rule number 2. Surround yourself with proof. Your subconscious needs evidence that the life you want is real. Feed it. Books, videos, and voices of people living at higher levels, rooms where you are the least advanced, not the most, conversations that stretch, not shrink you. Physical spaces that look like the life you're building. Even if you're broke, you can create clean, ordered, intentional spaces. Order is a message. We are no longer living like a victim. We live like a builder. Environment is not cosmetic. It's programming. Chapter 9. The power of self-suggestion. Every day, you are hypnotizing yourself with your own words. I'm so tired. I never get a break. Nothing works out for me. I always mess things up. That's just how I am. Repeat those enough times, and your subconscious doesn't argue. It installs them as operating rules, so you will replace them with deliberate self-suggestion. This is not cheesy self-help. This is mental conditioning. Every time you catch yourself speaking weakness, interrupt immediately. I'm so tired. I'm not tired, I'm underused. I have more in me. Nothing works out for me. Everything is training me. I always find a way. That's just how I am. That's who I was. I'm upgrading daily. At first, it feels forced. Stay with it. Your subconscious doesn't care if you're sarcastic. It hears the words and stores the command. You become what you suggest to yourself all day long. Make your suggestions aggressive, powerful, unapologetic. Chapter 10. Reprogramming through action. You can't just speak your way into a new life. You must act your way into it. The most powerful subconscious reprogramming tool on earth is behavior. Every time you take an action that contradicts your old identity, your subconscious is forced to update the file. Example: old code, I always procrastinate. New action, you sit down and work immediately when you want to scroll. Old code, I can't handle confrontation. New action, you have the uncomfortable conversation anyway. Old code, I never finish anything. New action, you complete a project you usually would have abandoned. Each time you act against the old script, your subconscious flinches. This is not like us. What's happening? Then it watches you repeat it. Again and again. Eventually it says, this must be who we are now. That's the moment the door slams shut on your old patterns. Your job is micro-courage. Small, repeated acts of power that prove to your subconscious that the old story is dead. Chapter 11. The Nightly Rewrite Ritual. Your mind is most programmable right before sleep. You are halfway between conscious and subconscious. The gate is open. Here's your nightly rewrite ritual. Replay the day as the old you. See where you acted from fear, laziness, or old identity. Now, rerun the day as the new you. In your mind, overwrite those moments. You spoke up. You worked instead of scrolled. You chose discipline over comfort. Install the identity sentences. Right before sleep, repeat your identity commands slowly, with emotion, seeing yourself living them. You are telling your subconscious, this is the version of me we reinforce, not the old one. Do this every night for 30 days and your emotional reactions start to change. You won't even know why at first. You'll just notice. Less hesitation, less fear, less inner noise, more automatic action. That's your subconscious obeying the new programming. Chapter 12. Building the Unstoppable Loop. Becoming unstoppable is not about never feeling fear or doubt. It's about creating a loop that makes quitting almost impossible. Here's the unstoppable loop. Identity command. I am the type of person who... Powerful statement. Aligned action. You take one behavior that matches that identity. Micro win. You finish the call, the workout, the task, the conversation. Emotional reward. You feel a spike of pride, power, and self-respect. Subconscious update. We just acted like that type of person. This must be who we are. Increased confidence. Bigger actions. Next time, you take a slightly bigger risk. Repeat this loop daily. Your subconscious starts to expect you to win. When that happens, something shifts. You stop fighting for motivation. You stop negotiating with your excuses. You stop being surprised by your own strength. Winning stops being a miracle. It becomes normal. That's what unstoppable really means. Not invincible. Aligned, relentless, predictable. Chapter 13. Guarding the gates. There is no point in reprogramming your subconscious if you let anyone and anything dump garbage into it. From now on, you guard your gates. Eye gate. What you watch, what you read, what you scroll. Ear gate. The voices, music, and conversations you allow. Mouth gate. The words you speak over yourself and others. You are no longer casual about consumption. If content weakens you, it's gone. If a person constantly injects doubt, they lose access. If music or media keeps you stuck in old emotional states, it's deleted. This isn't about being fragile. It's about being strategic. You are rebuilding your inner world. You don't let construction sites get contaminated. Your subconscious is always listening. Let it hear power. Let it see excellence. Let it feel momentum. Chapter 14. When the old program fights back. There will be days when the old program hits hard. You'll wake up heavy. Voices will whisper, "This is pointless. You haven't really changed." You'll slip back like you always do. Understand, this is not proof that you're failing. It is proof that you are changing. Old code doesn't just vanish. It fights for survival. On those days, your job is not to feel incredible. Your job is to stay in the new behavior. You still say the commands. You still visualize. You still keep your environment clean. You still take the micro actions. You don't need to feel unstoppable to act unstoppable. You act, and the feeling catches up. Every time you move forward while the old program screams, you rip out another line of that code. Soon, the old voice gets quieter. Your new identity becomes louder. Chapter 15. The Point of No Return. There is a moment in this journey where something subtle but permanent happens. You hit the point of no return. You can't pretend you're weak anymore because you have too much proof of your strength. You can't pretend you're the old version because you've outgrown those patterns. You can't pretend discipline is impossible because you've been living it. Your subconscious has accepted. We are not that person anymore. We operate differently now. From this point forward, backsliding feels wrong. Sabotage feels unnatural. Low standards feel disgusting. You might slip for a day, maybe a week, but you can't stay there. Your system has been upgraded. That's the real win. Not perfection, not magic, not never having a weak moment. The win is this: you have become someone who cannot stay small without feeling pain. That's when you know the subconscious has been programmed. Chapter 16. Final command. Become unstoppable. You're not listening to this just to feel inspired. You're listening because a part of you is sick of being controlled by invisible scripts. You're done living a life designed by fear, by other people, by past pain. So here is your final command sequence. Use it daily. Speak it. See it. Feel it. I am the architect of my mind. I am not my past programming. I am not my worst day, my biggest mistake, or my deepest wound. I am the one who writes the code now. My subconscious obeys me. I feed it power. I feed it discipline. I feed it images of victory, not failure. I teach it that success is safe. I teach it that greatness is normal. I teach it that I am built for more. Every day, my actions prove my new identity. Every day, my environment reflects my future, not my past. Every day, my self-talk aligns with who I am becoming. I am the type of person who does what needs to be done, whether I feel like it or not. I am the type of person who finishes what I start. I am the type of person who moves toward challenges, not away from them. I am the type of person who cannot be stopped by moods, by opinions, or by fear. From this moment forward, my subconscious is my ally, not my enemy. My inner world is programmed for power, courage, discipline, and relentless forward motion. I am not hoping to become unstoppable. I am training it, proving it, and living it every single day. This is the new script. This is the new code. This is the new you. Control your subconscious. Program it with intention. Guard it with everything you have. Because once your subconscious aligns with your destiny, nothing can stop you.